Hey, hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Barely Bookish podcast. So, before we jump into our discussion on the continuation of Pride and Prejudice and finishing up the book, I just wanted to take a second and say I record these a day in advance, so at this point, I still don't know the results. And if you're listening to this in the future, you obviously know, but I just want to remind everyone to take time to take care of yourselves, whatever the outcome. Take some time away from social media if you need it. Just do whatever you need to do to get over a lot of the anxiety that many of us are feeling right now. And hopefully, this works out for the best. Yeah, I just wanted to take that second to remind you all that put yourself first. If you need to listen to this later, do it. If you need to just spend some time outdoors today, do it. Just do whatever you need to do to restore some balance in your life. And this will be back here for you whenever you are wanting to listen to it. And if you want to use this as a distraction, totally do that. But just take care of yourselves first. But without further ado, we are going to get right in onto the episode. Hello, everybody. We are back and we are reading Pride and Prejudice, and I am joined by the wonderful Amanda.
Hello.
We are starting with chapter 53. So if you haven't read watched the last two episodes, not read it, also read the book, these are spoiler inclusive, so you will want to read those and watch those first so that you don't spoil things for yourself. So make sure you do that and then come back and join us over here. So chapter 53 starts out, and Bingley is coming back to Netherfield, and I'm like, Darcy, yes! Because to me, I don't even care about Bingley. I just care his relation to Darcy, and if Bingley's coming, that means Darcy's coming.
Yeah, maybe. Or at least we can hope.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But then it says, yes, Darcy is with Bingley, and they came to the house like pretty much immediately. Like, I have this feeling that Darcy wouldn't even let them go home first. They're like, we're going over there right now. Like, get it together. We're going. It's happening. Like, I don't think he even let them walk in the door. I think they basically were like, drop the carriage off with our stuff, get on this other horse, and let's go. Like, like, I have a feeling that Darcy's like, sorry, I can't wait to see my wife.
But I wonder if Bingley knows the way Darcy feels. Darcy's a very private person. I don't know if he would share with Bingley that he's got a thing for Elizabeth.
Yeah, I don't know if he would either. Well, he did tell Bingley's sister, so I don't know if Bingley's sister might have told Bingley.
But I mean, all he said is that he thinks he's beautiful. He did come out and
That's
say,
true.
hey, I've already proposed to this woman once.
Maybe he played it up like saying, okay, you haven't seen Jane in a while. We should really get over there right now. This moment, you don't want to wait home. Let's just go straight over there. And then Bingley's like, yeah, let's do it. And Darcy's like, thank gosh. Good. I'm so happy. That's how I'm going to guess he played it.
I hope so.
So, Bingley is very awkward, or no, not Bingley. Darcy is very awkward and quiet, and Elizabeth is confused. She's like, "Did you not like me anymore? What's happening? Are we good?" Bingley is really liking Jane again immediately, and Elizabeth's pretty happy about this because it's noticeable how quickly he's like, "Oh yeah, I do love this girl." So, chapter 54, the gents come back a few days later for dinner. Bingley sat next to Jane because Mrs. Bennet will not allow it to be any other way. Elizabeth admits that she's in love with Darcy, to herself at least, and I'm like, yes, thank goodness.
Baby steps.
I know, baby steps. We're getting there. We're getting close to hand-holding. And then Elizabeth did not get to talk to Darcy all night, and she is not happy about it because she wants to talk to her husband. So, chapter 55, Darcy went off to London, and in my notes, there is a sad face right next to it, as there should. Bingley arrived really early in the morning, to the point where all the ladies were still getting ready. And my favorite thing is the way they do this in the 2005 movie, where they just all get up and they're like, oh my gosh, everyone act natural, and they're all like throwing things everywhere, trying to like pick up, and then they're sitting down and they're like reading a book all like pretty and stuff. I just thought it was so funny because that's basically exactly how I imagined it in my head too.
Yes.
And then I was like, I think Bingley and Jane just got engaged. And before I even finished writing it, I looked at the next sentence and I was like, I was correct. Jane and Bingley are super happy, and I am so happy for them. And Elizabeth thinks that no one will marry her. And I'm like, you wait, just wait 5 minutes, 5 minutes, please. I'm just so happy for like them getting married. But I was like, when's Elizabeth getting married? Like, great, they got married, but like, Elizabeth, like my girl, where is this at? So chapter 56, and I just said, OMG, Lady Catherine just showed up at Elizabeth's house. So she didn't do this in the middle of the night in the book, right?
Right. Yeah, right. It's in the middle of the day, and she in the book, it's they do it in private, and then in the movie they do it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I knew she didn't do it in front of everybody in the actual book, but I was like, I don't think she showed up at night, right?
Mm-mm.
And then Lady Catherine just walked into her house being super rude as usual, and she tells Elizabeth to go out walking with her. And then she's telling Elizabeth she's not too happy to hear that she's going to be marrying Darcy soon. So Elizabeth goes off on Catherine, and I'm like, yes. But she basically is saying that Lady Catherine's saying like, oh, you know, you are going to make my family look bad by marrying Darcy and all this kind of stuff. And Elizabeth's like, I don't care. Like, I do not care. Does not matter to me. Like, you're trash. And she insults Elizabeth's family and everything.
Yep. She just irritates me. I can't. But
I know.
It all works out in the end.
Yeah, I know. Lady Catherine's so annoying.
But even then, Elizabeth is faced with this horrible woman who's saying horrible things, who has so much authority and is so much higher than Elizabeth in her station. And Elizabeth still stands her ground. She looks her in the eye and says, if this man were proposed to me, again, cough, cough, then I'm going to be his wife, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
I know. I love it. And she said something about, oh, promise me you'll not marry him. And she's like, I'm not going to make that promise. Like, I'm not going to do it. And I just, like, I love Elizabeth as a character solely because she's able to stand her own ground. Like, that's my favorite part about her.
Yeah, and that's what's one of the things that have made the book stand the test of time, 200 years on. And this is still relegated as one of the best literary, works for female empowerment there is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Jane Austen knew what she was doing. Like, one of the things that I really like too is that she was, like, during that time that the books were mostly written in like letter format. And I love that she was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, she originally wrote it that way, but then she's like, this is going to tell the story better, and switched it.
Yep.
I love that for her. So chapter 57, Elizabeth is not too sure where Catherine got the idea that they were engaged from. And I'm still not sure where she got this idea from.
I just think everybody around them, even though Darcy and Elizabeth have not said anything themselves about themselves or to any other people, everybody around them can see the tension in the air. They see the way they look at each other, even before they separated the first time. I mean, only people that truly love each other, that truly want each other, fight like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just think everybody could see the way they are and just assumed, they took it amongst themselves.
Yeah, that's probably it. I'm just trying to think how it could have gone back to Catherine.
Well, they say in the book how it did.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, they say in the book how it did. The people from Meryton wrote to Charlotte. Charlotte told Collins. Collins told what's her face.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that. Because then immediately after, then the Colin sends the letter to Mr. Bennet about Jane, but also mentions that Elizabeth might be married soon. And Mr. Bennet's like, what?
Yep.
So, chapter 58, Darcy is already back from London, which is good because the more Darcy, the better. So, Elizabeth ends up talking to Darcy and says that she knows she's not supposed to know, but she's really thankful of what he did. And Darcy says what he did for Lydia, he was doing for Elizabeth. And I was like, yes, yes, they're going to propose. Yes. And Darcy says he feels the same way towards Elizabeth that he did the day he proposed. And Elizabeth says she cares for him now. And then they're flirting, and I'm like, yes. And so now they're technically engaged, I guess.
Bingley and yes.
No, Elizabeth and Darcy at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Once they admit that they love each other.
Yeah. They're engaged by that point in time.
Yes. He didn't actually come out and say it though, but I was like, oh, they just kind of were like, okay, we like each other, now we're engaged.
It's a secret engagement.
That's true. So Darcy has some self-reflection here and talks about how he was spoiled and self-centered and how he's trying to grow. And he says that Elizabeth has humbled him, which makes me so happy. Because I was like, I love seeing Darcy grow as a person.
Yes. And he had the most character growth out of everybody in this book.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because, like, he had a full character arc. He went from snobby rich boy to dreamboat, basically. And then Darcy admits that he was the one that told Bingley he was wrong and to go after Jane, which I think Elizabeth was really happy about.
Yes.
So, chapter 59. Elizabeth and Darcy are engaged now, but no one knows. Elizabeth tells Jane, and Jane is like, wait, what? I thought you hated that dude. Like, what do you mean you're engaged?
I love people's responses. They're like, what the what?
Oh, I know. I love it. Mrs. Bennet says that she's annoyed that Darcy keeps coming over and tells Elizabeth to go out walking with him again so she doesn't have to deal with him. And I was crying. I was laughing so hard when I read that part. She's like, funny. It's just like, little does she know. Last walk they got engaged. So what's gonna happen now, you know?
I know, and they're all like, yes, please. I definitely want to go walking. I can't stand to be close to him.
And I'm just imagining, like, Mrs. Bennet's like, I know this is such a toll on you. You know, I can't even imagine how this hurts you to go walking with this horrible person. And Liz was like, oh, no, the pain.
The original secret relationship.
Yeah, honestly. So then they go out walking, and Darcy, as he's coming back, is going to go ask for Mr. Bennet's consent. And so Darcy talks to Mr. Bennet, and Mr. Bennet's like, okay, Elizabeth, you have to come in here. And as they shut the door, Mr. Bennet's like, didn't you hate him? And so they have this entire conversation of him being like, I want you to be happy, like you're my favorite daughter. Like the rest of the daughters, I don't care about them. But like he's like, your happiness is the only one that matters to me. So like, do you like this dude or like nah? So
that's exactly what he says too. He's like, I don't give a crap about Lydia. She can be, I'm gonna enjoy laughing at her for the rest of my life. But you, my dearest Lizzie, I need you to be happy.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, but like if you thought I liked him, would you say it was okay? And he's like, this dude's loaded. Like, you know, that's fine. If you like him, like, he's loaded. You can't really get much better than that.
This chapter also has my favorite. It's got my favorite quote in the entire book. Excluding Darcy professing his love, okay, how much I ardently admire you. But when at the very end, when Mr. Bennet says, if any young men come for Kitty or Mary, please send them in. I'm quite at my leisure. That's my favorite. That's my favorite line at all.
He's so funny.
He's like, let's just marry off the rest of them while we're at it.
I know, because basically just two of his daughters got married in like the span of 2 days. And he's like, well, there goes my favorites, and I already got rid of the one I absolutely hate. So like anybody taking the rest of them, because like I, you know, get them off my hair, like whatever at this point.
We're having a buy one get one sale this week. Come on,
like,
Buzz.
You think about it, his youngest daughter basically just ran away and did an elopement with some poor guy, and then his eldest daughter is like, I'm going to marry this kind of rich dude. And he's like, all right. And then Jane walks in, or Elizabeth walks in after hating this dude forever. And she goes, I'm going to marry this billionaire. He's already proposed. And her dad's got to be like, you know, like, okay, sure. So now I have two loaded daughters, a daughter that's basically going to struggle for her entire life. I don't care about the rest of you because, everyone will be fine. So Mr. Bennet gives his consent after Elizabeth told him what Darcy did for Lydia. And he's like, all right, this dude's chill. I'll allow it, just because he's a multi-millionaire, also that.
No reason.
So Elizabeth tells Mrs. Bennet, and she immediately starts going on about how lovely Darcy is. And
just the beginning, she was like, I hate him. He's so annoying.
It's like she flips the script so quickly.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Honestly, if my child was like, I'm marrying a multi-millionaire, I'd be like, all right, like, say less. I mean, what's Mrs. Bennet gonna do,
Yeah.
So everyone immediately starts being nice to Darcy and starts getting to know him for the first time ever. And they're like, oh wait, this dude's not that bad. So chapter 60, Elizabeth starts asking Darcy when he knew he loved her, which I always think that's cute. Like in books, they're like, when's the first moment? And it's like, in real life, everyone in this group knows that no one knows, but like you have to make something up on the spot, and you're like, it's that time that you wore that purple shirt and your hair was... But Darcy says that he wasn't too sure when he started to fall in love, just that he suddenly was, which I was like, oh, that's cute.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. All right, so Darcy admits the entire reason he came with Bingley was to see if he could make Elizabeth love him. It's like, oh, so cute.
You don't have to make her. She already does.
I know. I'm like, he had no idea. So Elizabeth wrote to her aunt and uncle to announce the engagement while Darcy wrote to Catherine. And I want to read that letter that Darcy wrote to Catherine.
I know. Oh, I could just picture. He's all like, congratulate me. I want to thank you. It's because of you. I was able to do this. And she's going to be like, what?
It was so shady, I bet.
No, it's awesome.
I would love to read it so much. So Mr. Bennet also wrote a shady letter to Collins announcing Elizabeth's engagement. I love the shade in that family.
I do too. Especially he's like, if I were you, I'd pick the nephew. And obviously they do, because they hightail it right out of there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, so funny. So Miss Darcy wrote 4 pages about how happy she is that Darcy and Elizabeth are engaged. And I love that Elizabeth and Georgiana get along. It just makes me so happy.
You know that Elizabeth is going to take such good care of her. She's going to be such a good influence on Georgiana.
Yeah, and it's going to be like basically another sister like Jane for her, because she doesn't really seem to get along with her younger sisters. Like she never talks to Mary at all throughout the book, and then she doesn't like Lydia or Kitty all that much. So
well, who would?
I know, really though. So Lady Catherine is so mad about their engagement that that the Collinses end up coming to visit so that Charlie could get away from Lady Catherine for a little bit. Which I just thought was so funny.
It's awesome.
So chapter 61, Mr. Bennet is really missing Elizabeth now that she's married, so he's gotten joy out of going to Pemberley when he's least expected to. And I just think that's such a dad move. I think it's hilarious.
And you know how much he likes to read. He's got to be in love with their library.
Oh, yeah. He definitely does not leave that room. Like, he says hi to everyone and then just walks straight into the library. Which I would definitely do. I'd be like, have a bed set up in the library, and then they'd walk in and be like, what? And I'd be like, oh, hey.
Heck yeah.
So Bingley bought an estate only 30 miles from Elizabeth and Darcy because Mrs. Bennet was starting to get on their last nerves. Which it feels right. It feels right.
And you know it's got to be bad if you're getting on their nerves.
Yeah, because Jane and Bingley are very nice people.
Yeah.
So like to be on their nerves, I bet Mrs. Bennet was there every single day.
All the time.
And Jane's like, all right, I'm out. So Mr. Bennet will not allow Kitty to go stay with Wickham and Lydia. So she's gotten a lot more respectable under the guidance of Elizabeth and Jane. And I thought that was a good note to add.
Yes.
Because I think that Kitty had a lot of potential, but she just couldn't develop under Lydia's wing so much. Wickham and Lydia are still trying to get money out of Darcy, which is not surprising at all, but it's so annoying. Like Lydia literally writes to him writes to Elizabeth all the time, being like, "Can't you give us more money, please?
More money, more money, more money."
It's like, no, leave. So Wickham and Lydia move from place to place trying to improve their money situation, but they're continuously spending more than they make, and eventually they fall out of love, which is kind of sad.
I don't think they were ever in love to begin with.
Yeah, I think Lydia cared a lot about Wickham, but she didn't love him. And I don't think she understood what loving someone would be like.
See, I think she cared about being Mrs.
Married?
Wickham. Yeah,
that could be true.
And then she realized that he didn't care about her, and she's like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Now
I'm guessing she probably thought he was hot, and that was basically the extent of it.
Yep.
So Wickham is not allowed to be received at Pemberley, but Lydia occasionally visits, which is nice that she comes and sees her sisters, I guess. And I'm guessing that she's just so sad being at home that she wants the nice things that Darcy has to offer. And that's why she probably comes a lot. Georgiana Darcy lives at Pemberley now, and she absolutely loves Elizabeth, and they get along very well, which I was like, yes. Like, it just makes me happy that they have a good relationship. And then Catherine and Darcy didn't talk for a while, but Elizabeth persuaded him to extend an olive branch, and eventually Catherine agreed and came to Pemberley. And that's it for the book.
Yay! So you liked it?
Oh, I loved it. So good. I was just, so nice. It was so nice to have like a book that I enjoyed and like could fall in love with right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I love it.
Yeah, so good. I guess my first question is, what made you love Pride and Prejudice?
Oh. I love the emotion that's able to come through the book without saying it. Because I'm used to reading first person books, or third person books that are all from one point of view. And Pride and Prejudice was like the first book I read in an omni God sort of point of view, because she writes it so where you get a little bit of taste of what everybody's thinking and feeling. And I love the emotion that comes through. I love how you can feel the anguish that Darcy is feeling, and the nervousness from Elizabeth whenever she's in his presence. Even when they think they hate each other, we as the reader can feel that hate is really just attraction that's building up stronger and stronger. I just love the way that they come together. I love everything about it.
No, their slow burn romance is real.
Yes, the burn is real.
I know. It's one of those books that it did not bother me how slow the romance happened, because it was just beautiful the entire time.
Yes. I agree.
What is your absolute biggest fault with Pride and Prejudice?
My biggest fault with Pride and Prejudice, I don't know. The extreme personalities, I think. When people were good, they were super, super good, like Bingley and Jane. Mm-hmm. And when people were annoying, they were just horribly obnoxious, like Mrs. Bennet and like Kitty. I think that's really the only thing or Collins. Oh God, Collins.
Collins.
The only thing that really irritates me is just how far she went with their personalities. I feel like she could have pulled it back just a little bit.
But I do wonder if that says something about like what she was experiencing in the world too.
Maybe, most
I wonder
definitely.
wonder if she met like a lot of Collinses and like she did that writer thing where you're like hate someone, so you're like, I'm gonna write you in the book and then I'm gonna kill you. And just get out all that anger.
That would be that's something to look in on. I may have to look into that.
Yeah. What do you think of this I have not researched it, but the idea of Charlotte being a tabby cat.
I don't think of Charlotte as a tabby cat. Now I certainly think that there was more to her than meets the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way she handled Collins was just fantastic.
Yeah.
She was super manipulative, and that is not something that you would expect from her from the first few sights we had of her. I definitely think that maybe she was a lesbian. But yeah, I don't know about a tabby cat. I have to look in to see what that was about.
Yeah, for some reason, the rewrite that someone pitched was that Elizabeth and Darcy don't end up together, and Charlotte is a tabby cat.
Now I have read one rewrite that was dirty. It was meant to be dirty though. It was a play off of Pride and Prejudice, where both Bingleys, so Miss Bingley and Charles Bingley, were trying to nab Darcy for themselves.
Ooh, I love that though.
And then in that one, Charlotte was gay. Charlotte was gay in that one, but she still needed a comfortable home. So she still took Mr. Collins, but while he was outside puttering around in his garden, she was inside puttering around with the neighbors, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, we love to see it. Honestly, I feel like Charlotte deserves it. I can see it. I could get behind it. It would explain why she waited so long to get married.
Yes.
Because she's like, I have all these other people I'm interested in. I mean, go Charlotte. Like, I would read that book. Like, just Charlotte's life.
Yes, most definitely.
Going off of that, do you wish there was something that you would have there's something that Jane Austen would have developed more?
No, I do wish that when they were at Pemberley together, that the letter would have come a little bit later. I would have loved to have watched her interact with like at a family dinner or something. I would have loved to see everybody interact together. But no, there's nothing in that I really wish she would have filled out more. It's hard for me to think about changes when it's done. It's one of my favorite books. Even there's a whole Abigail Reynolds writes Pride and Prejudice variations. So it's not a sequel. It's what if this happened? What if Elizabeth agreed to Mr. Collins, or what if Elizabeth and just a whole bunch of different scenarios. And I've never been able to get into those because I like the sequels. I like to read what'll happen afterwards. I like the modern retellings, but I like Pride and Prejudice just the way it is. So I don't like to think about it changing in any way.
The only thing I wish we had is I wish we had like one chapter of her talking with Darcy after they've been married.
Yes. Well, and there's tons of discussion out there because Jane Austen never got married. Yeah. She never she got close with one guy. But they never made it that far. So all of her books stop at the wedding because she doesn't know what happens. Experience, She doesn't know what happens afterwards. So every one of her books stops at the wedding.
That's kind of wild. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I don't know. I just want a little tidbit of their fight flirting, just a little bit more.
I mean, there's not even any kissing. Because she's never experienced any of that herself. So how could she write it?
Yeah, apparently, she the kiss ending that's on the 2005 movie, it did not resonate well with the British audience, so they changed that ending when they released it. Yeah, that's one of my I didn't write it down, but I did remember reading that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was like, that's so weird. That I guess that ending just didn't sit well with them because that they don't kiss at all during
Mhm.
the actual book, so the audience did not like it. They
Oh.
wanted the tension. But I thought that was kind of wild that they changed that ending.
Yep, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Oh, and then according to Wikipedia, which is not a good source, but I used it anyways. Um, the Pride and Prejudice is actually incredibly well received when it came out, which is like something you don't really see in most classic literature. Most of it gets popular later, but
Mhm.
it's actually well received, and her entire family actually liked the book. But Charlotte Bronte, which is I think how you say it,
Mhm.
she apparently did not like Pride and Prejudice at all. Yeah, she said something about it being like, uh, my understanding of kind of what she said is basically she said it was kind of stuck up.
Well, she doesn't know anything anyways, so who cares about her?
I haven't read any of her books, to be honest.
No, I have. I mean, I've read almost all the classics, but
Yeah,
no, she's wrong because Pride and Prejudice is amazing.
mood. I feel that. And then the scene where Bingley practices proposing to Jane was completely improvised.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that scene too. And he did such a good job playing Bingley.
Yeah, I think so.
I love. I do not think they could have cast that movie any better if they tried.
Yeah.
Is someone coming in behind me again? No. Yeah, I think that the whole casting is just perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they did an absolutely fantastic job. Like, I wouldn't change anybody. Like, even the person they had that played Charlotte did really good.
Yes. Oh, I like that actress in real
Yeah.
life too.
I've never seen her before.
Now,
Like,
did you know that during that movie, Keira Knightley had just, and I don't remember the name of the movie, but she had just finished filming the movie where she had like super super short hair, and so she's got a wig on this entire movie,
mm-hmm.
and it cracks me up because you could see like in all the scenes where her hair is up like at the base of her neck, you could see the little hairs coming out from her pixie cut.
Oh my goodness.
It cracks me
I
up
didn't
the
know
whole.
that.
Next time you watch the movie, you'll look for it. You'll
Oh
see it.
yeah.
It cracks me up the whole movie.
I got Keira Knightley and Kristen Stewart mixed up in my head for like half of the movie, and then I was like, wow, this really is like they have a lot of like good energy together. Her and Darcy, like, so they play really well against each other, and it's like I remember that being my big thing with Twilight is because Kristen Stewart has no energy with Robert Pattinson, so I was like, oh wow, and then I was like, well, I'm a moron. This is not even Kristen Stewart. This is Keira Knightley. Like, I don't know how I got so confused.
Now, have you seen her in not Pride and Prejudice? Have you seen her in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, yeah, I have.
I love.
Yeah,
she's just such a good actress. But yeah, she's good at like play fighting with people on screen.
She has to be good at that in real life because she is like exceptionally good with that enemies to lovers.
Yes, she is.
I like her a lot, but I don't know why I got her and Kristen Stewart confused. I think it's just because right now Midnight Sun is so popular that there's all these memes and stuff about it. I have not read it. I don't think I'm going to.
No, I'm not I'm a Potterhead all the way. I just couldn't jump on the Twihard books.
I read them as a kid, but I remember parts of them being problematic, and it's like now that I'm an adult, and like people are gonna come at me in the comments for this, but I don't like to read problematic books. Like Edward stalked Bella, and I'm not okay with that.
No, I'm the same way. I started reading the series, and people are like, "Oh, the male characters were lauded for like being the best alpha males, and it's so great." And this is an internationally best-selling series, right? And I got like in a chapter 2, and I'm like, "What you're considering alpha male behavior? I'm considering assault and kidnapping."
Yeah.
So I'm not. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I
made
know
it
my
about
biggest shame.
what?
At like the ripe age of like 12 when I read this, I was Team Jacob, and I will be honest, because Jacob's way worse than Edward is. The only reason I was Team Jacob because Taylor Lautner is absurdly hot.
Oh, God, he's gorgeous. But on that note, have you seen Robert Patterson lately?
Not lately. Like,
he has aged well.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
People are mostly pulling up him from the old interviews he did and like sharing them on like TikTok and stuff like that right now. So I haven't seen him lately, but
oh no, he's aged well. His hair is a little bit longer. He's a little bit scruffy. He's looking good these days. Because I was certainly not a fan of him, and I mean, he's so pale and skinny and Twilight Robert Patterson was not my deal.
Yeah, no. I just think, how could you even look at him when Taylor Lautner is standing right there? Like,
preach.
we like the dark-haired boys.
I did not realize I had a thing until I'm like Darcy and then Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Love Kylo Ren, which is basically Darcy in the sky.
Yeah, literally. That was just a TikTok. I almost sent it to you. They said that Kylo Ren is Space Darcy.
Yes, he so is.
It made me laugh so hard.
I'm gonna have to tell that to my husband. Yes.
Text him right now. No context. Space Darcy.
Space Darcy, absolutely.
You can kind of see it because he kind of trails after. How did I just forget her name? Rey. There we go. He trails after Rey like she's Elizabeth in the same way.
They fight, and the more they fight, the more they fall in love. He proposes to her in the middle of the series. She declines. And then by the end of the series, he has switched sides, and they make sweet, passionate fighting together. Oh my God. It is Pride and Prejudice.
It is. It's Space Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, man. My mind has been blown.
You're going to rewatch it, and you're just going to be like, Kylo equal.
There's no need to rewatch it. I'm a big Reylo fan. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Adam Driver is just beautiful, so.
Oh. Yes. Yes, he is. Like, I started watching after the first Star Wars with him in it. I started watching Girls. And it got to the point where by like season 3, I was no longer interested in Girls, but I was interested in Adam Driver. So I'd like fast forward to the episodes until Adam Driver came on.
That feels right. Love to see it. So what is the wildest remake for you?
Oh, okay.
Besides Star Wars, apparently, no.
Besides Star Wars, apparently. Well, if we're talking Pride and Prejudice remake, are we okay? Let's get specific. Are we going book, TV show, or movie?
Let's do movie.
2005, for sure. Yeah, the 2005 with Matthew McFadden, who is a fantastic.
Wait, so that's your favorite remake?
Yeah. Okay. That's my favorite remake. Now, speaking of Matthew McFadden, have you heard him read Pride and Prejudice?
No.
He doesn't audio the entire book, unfortunately, but there's a clip out there with him reading Pride and Prejudice for about 15 minutes.
I need that.
Oh, you do. You need that in your life. It is just his deep voice reading. Look at me. I'm getting all worked up.
It's just too good.
It's perfect. You need it in your life.
What's the remake that you just think is the weirdest version?
Oh, God. I don't know about movies, but I certainly have books. Mm-hmm. I thought the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, while fantastic, was weird. The first time I saw, I'm like, what? Like, how could you desecrate my Pride and Prejudice like that?
Yeah.
You know? There's a Bollywood Pride and Prejudice that's really cool. I'm not answering the right question. The weirdest. I'm gonna have to go with probably Abigail Reynolds adaptations, because I really don't like it when they mess with the original storyline.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one where she changes things. She's got a whole series of what would happen if this, what would happen with that, what would happen, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So she's got a whole series where she changes the plot line. And I just think the whole thing is weird, because Pride and Prejudice is perfect and it should not be messed with in any way. The Pemberley variations, that's what they're called, the Pemberley variations.
Okay. All right, I'll have to look at those.
So those are my... Though, to answer the same question, there is a 50 Shades of Darcy.
What?
So it is a play on 50 Shades of Grey and Pride and Prejudice.
Oh my gosh.
It is exactly what you're thinking.
Is this like a fan fiction, or is this a published book?
No, it's a published book.
Oh.
It's on Amazon. Yeah, it's a published book. And its reviews are in the 3s, but that's because there is no middle ground. People either adore this book or they hate it. And I think for you to adore it, you have to be a fan of both 50 Shades and Pemberley.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, people either adore it or they despise it. I liked it, but it was...
I'm guessing you go much more than hand holding.
Darcy with a riding crop is an image you'll never forget.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's like, wasn't it? I'm just trying to imagine, like, you go, hey, what if we had Pride and Prejudice, but like,
yes,
a little more.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my goodness. I am curious, but I've also never read 50 Shades of Grey.
I won't get started on 50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, so that's a weird one.
I just feel like I kind of want to know. Like, I don't know if I actually want to read it, but like, I'm curious. So
now Goodreads has a whole list. They've got, the Goodreads list of stuff. They've got a whole list of the best Pride and Prejudice variations and sequels. And let me, you know what? Let me log into I should have done it before. Let me log into my Goodreads real quick, and let me tell you how many of those on the list that I've read.
Yes, I'm ready.
So out of a list of, out of 414, so the first out of the first page, which has 100 books on it, I have read, there's 4 that I have a click of have not read. So I have read quite a few of the variations and I love everything that has to do with Darcy.
I mean, how could you not? He's like beautiful and awkward, and I love him.
Yes, me too.
So overall, fantastic book. I will probably read it again. By probably, I mean I'm definitely going to end up reading it again.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to deep dive into at least the BBC miniseries, because I feel like the 2005, while it was good, I just need more of it.
Well, you certainly get it through the BBC miniseries. I mean, it's 6 hours of Pride and Prejudice. You can't go wrong.
Yes, perfect. So that's all I have for this episode. Do you have anything else you want to say about the overall book?
Nope, other than I love it. And if you haven't read it, I'm disgusted and hurt and upset with you. Reach out to me and I'll walk you through the process, because it's something everybody needs to read at least once in their life.
So where can all the people on the internet find you to reach out to you?
I am all over the internet. I have my own website. It's amandafayebooks.com. I am on Facebook at facebook.com/amandafayebooks.com. I am on Instagram, Amanda Faye Books. I think you're sensing the theme here. On Facebook, you can look for me personally. It's author Amanda Faye, or just plain old Amanda Faye. And so I'm on BookBub. Apparently, I found that out recently. I'm just everywhere, so you can you can find me everywhere.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this episode.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
And bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of the Barely Bookish podcast. If you want to find me anywhere, I'm at Barely Bookish on basically everything, or you can go to barelybookish.com /connect, and it'll have all the links to everything, so you can find me on there. Our logo was made by my little sister Sarah. The theme song is from freepd.com, and it is by Raphael Crux. And yeah, we are about to pick our next book for the Barely Book Club. So if you want to join a virtual book club, it's on Discord, and you can find it by one of the links below in the show notes. And you just gotta, we're still suggesting books right now, so if you want to join, now is the perfect time because you can suggest new books. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for you all, and I will catch you in the next one. The next one will be about the Pride and Prejudice movie, so and it's a 2005 movie, which I know we talk about a lot on here, so if you want to watch it before, totally do that. Now's the time to watch it, and then you can not get spoilers for that next episode. But I will catch you in the next one. Bye!